I'm just kidding.
Okay, start over with, this is your equipment.
This is your equipment pad. This is your suction side manifold. This is the where the water is actually sucked in from the filter pump to go into your filter and go through the heater if being used, and over here to the return side. I got everything labeled for you: near skimmer, main drain, far skimmer. This is in relation to the distance of the equipment. So this is the one that's all the way over there by the fence. This near skimmer is over here about where your fireplace is outside. And this right here is your spall main drain. The water is sucked in through here, comes into your filter pump. You got a filter basket that you can see that needs to be cleaned out every so often. You just basically dump it open, and then find a place basically to, if you have, once you get the trash can.
I'll have a little trash can over there. There's a spider in there. He's probably dead.
I think he's drowned.
So we have, okay, we have 2 little baskets to clean.
2 skimmers in this one. It doesn't have to be like immaculately clean, but whenever you get some extra time, you might want to get something like a little big screwdriver and pop all the rocks out. Now,
How often should we do that?
whenever it's dirty, you can just look in there, and if there's a couple of things in there, like technically this is clean by pool industry standards, minus the rocks. You can get some of those out. Just have to poke them through the other side. There's only really one way to put this in. As you can see, sometimes you might get some dirt and debris on this outer part right here. So you might, if you want, you might want to have a little rag with you. Or if you don't mind getting your hands getting dirty, you can just go around it and make sure it's clean from any kind of dirt and debris. Same thing with the O-ring right here. As you can see, there's something right there. So you want to make sure that's nice, clean, and clear. That way you get a good suction. There's only one way to put it in. Obviously, the hole goes to the front where the water comes in. Also, there's a little notch that goes in right here with the tab. You want to make sure that's right there. Reason for that is so that your basket doesn't sit there and spin around. When you put it on, as you can see, it's got indentations and right here.
When should we like clean like the O-rings, like lube, stuff like that? Or are you going to come to that later?
Lube,
Or not?
you really don't have to do the lube. Some people say it makes the O-rings last longer, but me personally, I wouldn't use it until it gets to the point to where when you're shutting this and you're starting to draw in air, that's when I'd start using lube. Because
When we're doing what? When it does what?
whenever you start closing this,
Yeah.
and you can tell that it's sucking in air through the lid. Usually that's because of this O-ring right here. You can see this little part that's raised up.
Yeah.
It's starting to flatten out. You can use some lube to prolong it. But usually if that starts happening, I would just replace the O-ring. Because typically when you start putting a whole bunch of lube and stuff on this outer ring, it gets on that, and then whenever you pull the basket out, it gets stuck all over. You have to clean. It's just a big mess.
Okay.
And of course, when you put it back on, you want to turn it until you hear it click. Like that. Now you know it's completely closed. Whenever you empty that out, you also want to make sure that the pump is off.
Oh, how do you turn that off? Just turn it off
Yeah,
of
you
my
just
phone?
turn it off, or
over
just
here?
go over there and hit service, and then if it's an auto, you can hit service, and it'll shut it off. Matter of fact, we'll go back over here to the control box.
You may want to start a new one, Bill.